Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of 5 Minute Life Hack. Today, as you can see, I've got a guest with me. It's Rachael Hayden, and she's our office manager at Jack's Ornamental Iron. And many of you know her, but some of you do not. But I'm super excited to have her on. She is always a ray of sunshine to everyone in the office. And I knew that would make her grin, but it's 100% true. And everyone who meets her says that too. But it's been really fun to get to know Rachael over the last multiple years because she, like all of us, has been through some things. And but I wanted her to come on and talk about adversity, and she chose the benefits of adversity, which tells you a lot about her and how she even wants to phrase the conversation. So, Rachael, why don't you give a quick introduction to yourself for anyone who doesn't know you, and then we'll dive in.
Great. Well, thank you again for having me, Greg. It's been a lot of fun to plan and think about this topic. My name, again, is Rachael Hayden, and I am married to a wonderful man who is a police officer, Murray, and we have 4 adult children who are all off doing their thing out in the world and enjoying life. And we have a little granddaughter who's 2.5. And news for you probably today is that we had a grandson born last night. So he is just a little over 12 hours old. And
All right.
So very good news. And we just are living, here with my mom who lives with us as well.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations, Rachael. I know I was there the first time you became a grandmother, which I still can't believe, but that's so fun. And now it sounds like it's ×2. So that's great.
Yeah, very excited.
Rachael, again, all of us go through things in life, have some adversity. I really love your mindset around it, and I'd love to have you tell us a little bit about, adversity, what it means to you, and how you've kind of learned to deal with it during life, and even better, to benefit from it. So.
Okay, well, I'd like to start by, I really want to acknowledge first that adversity it's hard. We all have these things that are difficult in life, and they can come from all these directions. We have things that are on a spiritual, a physical, or emotional level, as well as, the environment that we live in this world with a lot of adversity in the news every day, or difficult natural disasters or personal disasters in our lives. And we also have just maybe disabilities or mental health issues. There's a lot to that we all deal with on a day-to-day basis. And I would like to say that I'm not trying to detract from what anyone might be going through by framing it in this positive way, because it's not always rays of sunshine. It's difficult. And those things that we are dealing with can be managed even though they're hard. And it's taken me many years of learning this and experiencing many types of difficult things. I was brought up in a home where my dad was an entrepreneur, and he was always a go-getter and going out into the world and tackling something. And it did mean that we moved a lot. And so when I moved every year and a half, I was always the new kid coming in to the school, starting over, no friends, no idea what the life there was going to be like. And it was really difficult as a child. Over that experience, the benefit I received was I really feel confident and comfortable moving into new environments. I didn't think as a child that's going to be a great benefit when I'm older. I just knew that it was difficult, but I learned to start reaching out and to spend time with the people that I felt were positive influence for me. Or, at first when I wanted to kind of shut down and maybe not allow myself to emotionally attach to the people that I thought I'll barely know them for a little while, it just over time I started realizing I can't do that. I can't just shut down. And I learned a great deal about opening myself up to the people that are in my life. I see that you've got the quote up, so if you don't mind, I'll just read it. This is one of my favorites. Every adversity and every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. That's why I've chosen this topic to be named Benefits of Adversity, because I think that every single thing that I've gone through has either led me to great people who have improved my life, and you're going through something difficult, if you have someone around you that's building you up or supporting you or helping you through it, you find those treasures of people that you want to keep and maintain friendships with.
Yeah. And Rachel, your story about going to multiple schools is resonates really deeply. I went to 5 schools in 5 years growing up, and when you're going through it, it's terrible. It is brutal. But I feel like the same thing. I gained a lot from it. I have friends kind of from multiple facets of life, and it's been a huge benefit to me in my life for sure. But it sure didn't feel like that during the event, right, or during the time.
Yes, it's very emotionally difficult, especially when you're young. One of the things that we grew up, well, in my freshman year of high school, we moved again and I was just getting started. So, in this time I was out of state with a whole new culture around me. And I kind of adopted for myself this motto of acknowledge and move on. I don't know if I heard it somewhere, but I just knew I wanted to be the person that could say, I'm going to handle this. It's fine. We're going to just deal with it the best we can. And I started the mindset of making a plan when something difficult happened, and then deciding of the things that I could, what can I control? And then I could start realizing what parts I could let go of. I could just say, okay, and I'll give you a for instance. This one's when I was much older. When I was 29, I had 3 children. I was in a difficult and abusive marriage, but I was rather alone in raising my children. And I had a stroke out of nowhere with no history of any kind of problem like that. I have a stroke. And I was paralyzed on my entire left side. And I was not able to drive anymore. I was basically stuck in my home. I was certainly so grateful to have survived, but it became like its big ball of everything changed instantly.
Mhm.
And being paralyzed, I didn't know if I would get my expression or my ability to communicate back or my use of my arm. Things that were life-changing happened. And I put into motion immediately this plan. I am going to make a plan. This is hard. It's devastating emotionally. Physically, I'm in physical therapy. I'm in all these things. These caregivers are taking care of me, but I was exhausted and alone. And I thought, well, okay, this one is going to be a little harder to make a plan. But I thought, okay, I might be disabled the rest of my life. What would that look like? And instead of being afraid of that, I decided it happens to people. Not everybody has a fully functioning physical body for their whole life. So I've got to deal with the fact this could be permanent. And what will I do? And how will I cope? And what plan will I make for my children? And I thought, well, I'm going to teach them how to treat people with disabilities. I'm going to show them how to be empathetic to others. And the benefits started immediately rolling in. I could feel it as a change of my mindset went into action, that I had a plan. If I was disabled, okay, we were going to be a walking family with, people supporting, trips to the grocery store, maybe. I didn't know for sure, but I just wanted to be able to say, I have a plan. I can accept these certain things, and everything else, I just have to let them go. And that really changed my entire outlook.
Yeah. Well, Rachel, I think that's so powerful, and something you specifically said is not just the plan part, but how it changed your feeling about the situation, right? You now felt like you had some control over some parts of it, and you could start making progress and feeling better about the situation. I love that. I think that's super powerful. So I hope that's what I definitely took away from that.
Well, and I'm so grateful for the recovery I've had from that event. And, I can use my hand and my expressions come back, which was an answer for my prayers personally, but it was a really tough time. And now my kids, goodness, they are very empathetic. All of the things that I thought were those benefits, I've seen that they've taken with them in their life as well. So it's been great to see that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. All right. Thanks a ton. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we sign off? And I know everybody's really appreciated your time and preparation. It's not easy to get on here and talk talk about some of these things, but it's super beneficial.
Well, I would thank you again and just add that I do have a hobby of collecting rocks and geodes, and I have a saw in my garage where it's all set up where I can cut them open. And I really do honestly think about adversity a lot of the time when I'm just destroying something to see what's inside of it. But it's really fascinating because like we have this, I brought a little sample. This is a geode that is, just a rock. And it's not that interesting, but after about a 10-minute cut on a saw of friction and heat and damage to the stone, it reveals something rather beautiful inside. I'll get a close-up of these beautiful crystals. And I think of this as a great analogy to just think of how with each difficult thing we're going through, we're really just being refined and being able to start seeing what's inside of ourselves, what strengths we have, what we have to offer the world around us, and to be able to share our experiences and to relate to other people. And I've been through enough types of adversity that I now feel like I really can feel comfortable and confident in approaching others and relating to them and connecting to them. And that's something I'll always be grateful for.
Rachel, thank you. I love it. I think that's exactly right. So I hope everyone's been able to take something away from this a little bit. I certainly have. And Rachel truly exemplifies everything she talked about today. So thanks for being, trying to find a positive in life and bringing that positivity to everyone around you. It makes a difference. And we love having you at Jack. So we appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Greg.
All right. Thanks, Rachel. And everybody else, go out and make an impact. Find a way to make an impact today with your family or friends or just a stranger. Just find a way to do it. So appreciate it. Thanks.
Bye.